letters W or H to indicate the interval and write them in the space provided. If you'd go ahead and read me what you put in your spaces. Let's start with Philip, the first one.
W.
W and
H.
H, good, and H again, and
W.
very nicely done. And number two,
Let's make that another W.
another W, and the second one on number two,
H.
H is correct.
W?
W is correct.
H.
H. And on number three,
W.
W is correct. W,
H.
H,
W.
W. That wasn't hard at all, was it? All right, locate the indicated pitches on the following keyboards by drawing a line from the written pitch to the key it represents. Then play each of the pitches on the piano. You don't have to do that, but you do have to draw me pictures. All right, where, Philip, did you draw a line to from the first one?
The second black key to the right of middle C.
That is correct, very good. Second black key to the right of middle C. And those of you who are not middle C oriented, that would be you, all right? One thing that you can make a quick decision on almost all of these is, well, for instance, on this first one, you might look at that and say, well, they're all going to be to the right of middle C. Can you make that statement?
Here, are we on two?
We're on the first one.
So if it's right,
Notice you got too many ledger lines.
if it's treble, it's all right.
You don't use ledger lines.
That's middle C, so, wow, this is a good one.
Yeah, but if one stack is your left hand and one's your right hand, then you could put ledger lines in the left hand. I've seen it. I've played it. It happens.
You've seen it, he's played it, it happens.
There we go.
I'm just dumb.
Okay.
Yes,
This-
you are.
All right.
I'm trying to learn better. So.
This is middle C. Everything we have in that line is all up here, right? So everything is going to be to the right of middle C. All right. Now you won't be able to say that on all of them, but on this one. So we're on the second one now. Which, can you tell me what the name of that pitch is?
Wait, no, it's
Oh, on the second one? Oh, that's just A flat.
A flat is correct. All right. Now we not only need to find an A flat on that keyboard, but we have to find one that's to the right of middle C.
So it'd be the little black key.
It will be a black key.
And it's the middle one.
The middle one of the
Of the
last
three.
set of three? Yes, very good. Or the second to the right.
Oh, I should just say,
Any
Make
way to
things
say it is fine. Any way you say it is fine. And the next one, right?
It's the first black key from the right.
First black key from the right is correct. And Miss Elizabeth,
Mm-hmm.
tell us something that you know cool about this before you tell us where it is.
It's a G double flat, and instead of actually taking a half step in the other direction, isn't it played as an F?
Very good, very good.
Forgot the reason why they do that.
I don't know why they do that.
Well, for instance, in C flat, you have a C flat, an E flat, and if you had a G double flat there, but you didn't do that, you did F, you would put that F right there. And number one, it would be hard to figure out where to put it because you can't put an F and an E on top of each other. Number two, the piano player who saw that would play it this way instead of this way.
Okay.
All right? The other thing is, in the key of C flat, there isn't an F. It's not in the key, not in the scaling order. The closest to it is an F flat, okay? So this F would have to also be preceded by an F natural, which would just muddy things up. If we put it up here for a C flat, and E actually we would go to E double flat and G double flat. What we would actually have there is something that your piano player would go at with thumb, middle, and fifth finger and probably hit it right. Okay?
So it's mostly for piano, is that
Well,
correct?
it is mostly for piano, but it's also for scale.
Okay.
If the alternative is not in the scale, it's better to use the double flat. All right? So it's actually a white key, isn't it, Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It is to the left of the 3 black keys on the right.
That's right. The last set of 3 black keys, it's just to the left of that. Very good. All right, now Josh, make a statement, if you would, about this number 2, the 4 offerings that we have.
F sharp, the first black key on the left.
Okay, that's a good statement. I was also looking for you to say something like, only so many of these are going to be on the left of middle C, and
Oh yeah,
the others of them will be
about
at the...
half of them will be on the left and the other half will be on the right.
That's right. In fact, exactly half will be left and the other half will be right. And F sharp is correct. It's the first black key on the left, right? All right, and let's spot back to Philip here. The next one is...
That is a G sharp,
Mhm.
and it is the second black key from the left.
Second black key on the left. Very good. And then Noah?
Is that a double sharp?
No, just plain C sharp.
The left or,
Or the third one, I think.
right, so yeah, C sharp, which would just be, is it the first key?
No.
Wait, I don't know where it would be then.
And this is something back when we were talking about treble clef, I had this. Remember, this is the same as this, right? They're actually the very same note. Okay? This is also middle C, this is middle C. All right, and the note that you have is this one, right? So it has to be darn close to this one somehow.
Oh, so is it just the one, the black key to the right?
That's right, it's just the black key to the right. Very good. And then, Ryan, a D double sharp might really look like what to you?
What?
A D double sharp would look quite like what to you? Hey, what would it look to somebody else? Anybody want to help him? Yes, Phil?
And E?
That's right. A D
Oh.
double sharp would really look like the E key on the piano.
I thought it was something like
I
special.
was trying to make
I know what
sure.
key it was.
All right. So anyway, you're going to be pointing to what we would all call the E key.
Yeah.
And if we called it the E key, you'd say, oh, no, it's not. It's the D double sharp key, and the D double sharp is actually sharper than E. So you have to, when you play that E, you have to lean your elbow on the string of the piano to make it sharp. You really actually can do. You know, I wonder what. It's too bad they don't make. How many sentences have I started without actually finishing one? I was thinking